Hello and welcome to the Bigger Crypto Show. I am very excited because Bitcoin just broke through the 200-day simple moving average. Absolutely fantastic. Good news. Very good news. Also, the 50 has turned upwards and the two moving averages seem poised to hit each other very soon. They are gunning for one another here, and somewhere within this green circle, I imagine they will likely meet within 3 to 5 weeks, maybe within a month. Anyway, doesn't matter when. We don't know exactly, but it looks imminent. Now, let's take a look at why that's important. All right, this is called a golden cross, and that's important because down here, the last time we had a golden cross was down here. It was on April 23rd, 2019, and as you can see, the price broke above the 50, traveled along it, then it broke above the 200, which was, we saw a lot of bullish price action, some selling into that, buy pressure. In particular, the day that we had the golden cross, I believe whales and insiders took advantage of that and sold into that momentum and that buying pressure. Of course, being the cross having occurred, the price recovered and kept sailing upwards, where it rode on top of the 50 moving average for quite a while, months in fact. So as you can see, this is very, very, very promising. It looks very good, and that will give the price momentum because it takes effort to move the price up, right? So you need things to line up like a domino effect to create the kind of FOMO that it takes to take the price up to whatever the next top is going to be, 100, 200,000, who knows? But if you're going to reach a new all-time high, it takes effort. And there is basically a domino effect that occurs. For instance, this is a bottoming pattern. We had a inverted head and shoulders right here that served as a bottoming pattern. And also on the monthly chart, we had a beautiful, beautiful hammer candle printed right here. So two very, very much, very indicators of a reversal occurring. So I got lucky and made over 30% gains because I went long at 6,500 and it made it extra profitable because it came down in the 6,000s 3 times. So every time it did that, I actually bought more. So it was the greatest trade of my life. It was absolutely amazing. So that's a bottoming pattern. The bottom has occurred, in my opinion, in my analysis anyway. So we're looking for the next leg up because Bitcoin is basically a rocket ship strapped to a bomb. Strapped to a sun, strapped to, I mean, there's just so much energy in this chart. So here I am on the log chart, and we are just moving right along here. This is our path, right here. And this is what we bounce from and to when Bitcoin bubbles up. And a lot of people expected the price to go down to the 200 weekly, or let's see which. All right, let me switch it to. All right. You see how we got a bottom here on the 200 weekly moving average here. So the last bottom was there. So a lot of people a lot of analysts, a lot of people I respect, thought it would most likely bounce down here, potentially in confluence with historical price action. So a lot of people were expecting it to bounce around here. I did not think it was going to do that because Bitcoin has never fallen that far below the parabolic adoption trend line. So I expected it to bounce in the mid 6,000 region, and it did. So that was a very good play. Very, very, very good play. Also, this channel was holding people back mentally from believing it could bounce here, but this is the strongest trend in Bitcoin. So when market maker shenanigans met the rubber on, when the rubber met the road, you know, road won. All right, so we're traveling along the road again, and chances are the insiders accumulated down here in the 6,000s regions like I did, and they are still accumulating. They're still in the accumulation zone, which looks something like this. So this last bubble went pretty much just above it, just above this accumulation zone. And I like to draw something like this, and then there's an interesting middle part too. I like to draw it this way. I know people have drawn this a lot of different ways, but I like to have this middle one in here. I don't know. Price interacts with it interestingly always. I mean, that pattern goes back years. So right here, when we were in the bull run, it stayed above the middle line. Like it would only go to the middle line, and then but all of this was still accumulation here. Accumulation distribution, distribute. So they accumulate and distribute on the small time frames, along with they accumulate and then they distribute like way up high as well. So there's a lot happening at once. It's kind of, and that's why you see a lot of the same patterns over and over, even though they look different every time, because the insiders try to throw you through a loop, and they do all kinds of crazy shenanigans to get traders to get traders into a hot state, basically. But taking a step back and looking at the longer time frames really helps alleviate a lot of that manipulation of your emotions that they do. I mean, when you zoom into a 1 hour chart, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. So, I mean, it's extremely volatile, and the insiders, they have the capital to just move it however they want. So it often just goes in a pretty weird pattern. There's a lot of stop hunts, long and short squeezes. That all of that is just fighting all of that, and all the anxiety that comes with it it takes a special type. And quite frankly, I don't need that kind of negativity in my life. So I don't trade on the short time frames quite as much. I'm not going to say never, because man, there's some juicy setups to be had, but you got to be real careful with them. I mean, it's kind of like playing poker. I know the blinds will kill you, right? So, but you just got to wait to make a play until you've got a good hand and things are looking good. So you really just got to hold off. So yeah, it's tough, right? So I love the longer time frames myself, daily and especially weekly and monthly. The monthly candles just have so much information in them. They are beautiful. They just have so much information in each candle. So the candle bodies really matter on the monthly chart. You want to pay attention to where these candle bodies are and the levels that run through them, So here on the bottom of these candles, 10.7. Where did that line go? Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, right there at about 10,000. So 10,000 is massive. So I know 10,100 begins basically, this, I should draw a box here. Like this area right here is important to me. Right, there's just, all right, so this box is a potential rejection point. We'll see what happens, but the price could jump up and then down again and then up, or it might just blast right through. On the VPVR, we're way past the point of control, even if we move it to just the last year. The point of control was at, looks like 7,937, and we are already way above that. So over $1,000 above that. I mean, that's fantastic. So we don't really have another major point of control afterward. It's very weak up here. But there is one, as you can see right here. If we just show like this candle, you can see that it had quite a bit of volume right there. Right there. Tons of buying and selling going on, creating that volume. And so they created a lot of buy pressure with 3 months just going straight up. A lot of buy pressure. So they were able to sell into it for months. In any case, so anyway, that was at 10.1. And that begins my box right here is there. So there's just a lot of confluence. This is just how I see the market. I do see it going up from here. So it's going to go up and down and up and down and up and down. Don't freak out if your money goes down. I don't think. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money, but I personally am not worried if the price goes down a bit. I mean, look at these candles right here. Within these candles, there was just so much stair stepping. It's not even funny. But look at this monthly candle. I mean, why worry about all that when Bitcoin is capable of going 72% in 1 month, guys? Like, why would I worry about everything that happens in between? So I'm golden, literally. That golden cross is coming up. Let's take a look at our HikeAnnachi. I mean, look at this thing. Okay, this is great. All right, so the HikeAnnachi chart is gorgeous. It's very elegant. It really, especially with Bitcoin, I mean, you can really see how the market breaks down to bull and bear, right? It was bearish here. We had a couple green candles, but generally, once it turns bullish, you can just see it, and it's pretty insane. I really love looking at the charts this way. And you can see these wicks. This is pretty amazing because on the HikeAnnachi, it's mostly like wicks to the top here, and then there's a lot of wicks to the bottom here. It's pretty amazing. So you can see how there's like a cushion right below the price. It's fantastic. I'm going to do a whole video on this chart one day, so subscribe. There's a lot going on here. So this green one, it is possible to have a green one in a bear market. There was one down here in 2015 or 16. There was a green one here, and actually this chart should keep going up, but it's red. It's red, and then it's green on the way up. And then here, there's a red one right in the middle of big bullish trend. So I don't know. Either this is a green one amidst a broader downturn, and it's going to keep going down, or we're switching trends. This is just yet another indication to me. I mean, it's science, bitch. What can I say? It's just patterns, folks. So that's what I got, man. I mean, I love this doji looking thing here. If this candle closes green, gosh, it's just yet another huge indication on a massive pile of bullish indicators and patterns and things. Yeah, looks like the RSI is turned up as well. This is pretty amazing, you guys. Anyway, I look forward to documenting what Bitcoin is doing and breaking it down, showing you what I see. I've really enjoyed getting into technical analysis, and I look forward to sharing my analysis. Why not? You know, why not? You never know. It might inform your own trades. And I mean, I watch what you guys do out there as well. I watch other people's analysis and read a lot of books and studied, took online courses. Um, I've got experience now doing TA, so I feel pretty confident that I'm not a complete idiot. Especially now, just things are going so well. That 30+% trade really just knocked my socks off. And I'm very happy. I'm on my way to turning $5,000 into $1 million. And I've got over $7,000 now. So my bankroll has grown, and all I care about is making it bigger. Signing off.